Hello everybody, my name is Dusty and welcome to my channel. I originally wasn't going to make a video for the next couple of days because I am in the process of moving. If you look behind me, there's stuff all over the place, and that's because I'm packing up. My room is an absolute disaster, but I thought this could be a fun opportunity to show you guys all of the fish I have. I want to do this because it's kind of like a documentation to show you guys where they're at now and where they're going to be next week. When this video goes live, I will be home already, but working on and focusing on trying to get their tank set up, because next week Thursday is the move day. Next week Thursday is the day that I move everything from my dorm into the new place. All the fish are going to be getting their new 40-gallon tanks. The goldfish are going to be getting their 110-gallon stock tank. So that's why I am home. I'm prepping those things, making sure everything looks okay, filling everything up with water, starting their filters, just kind of getting stuff ready. So I thought this was a great opportunity and a great time to do this. Don't judge me for how I look. I have an exam I'm about to do in an hour, and so let's hop right into this. So I switched cameras, so I'm sorry if it's shaky or if something doesn't look right, but I wanted to show you guys what my room looks like right now. Today, pretty much everything that's going to be on this floor that you're going to see is going to be moved into my car. Everything else is going to be moved next week, Thursday. So if we look, it kind of looks like a disaster zone. I can't really walk that much, but all of this stuff is going home today. Well, today's Thursday, so all this stuff's going home today. All of this stuff is going back with me, all of that stuff. And I think this is the part that I want to clarify. Right now, I think I have 5 goldfish in that 20-gallon tub. You have to remember, I just condensed down from 2 tubs and a tank into that 1 tub. This is only temporary. They're only in there for a week, so it shouldn't do any harm. It's basically like they're being held to be sold. But to start off over here, these 2 tubs are both 20 gallons. They each have had 3 goldfish in them the last couple of weeks. They're all going to, every one of these goldfish is going into a 110-gallon stock tank at my new place. So it's not at all a concern. They're all growing fine. It's perfect. They have 2 40-gallon sponge filters on them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the filters. That way we can see them better. So this is just temporary, just so we can see all the goldfish a little better. There's a lot of algae growing on in here. This one over here is Pennywise. Then we have Leonard right there. We have Alfred right there. Webster there. Nikon there. Cobalt there. There's the pearl scale. And there's another one in here. His name is Incognito. The reason he's incognito is because he's a Blackmore, and I can never find where he is. There's also a Dojo Loach in here, and the Dojo Loach is only temporary housed in here. He'll be moved to a different tank when I move. So these are the goldfish. They're gonna get a water change before I head home tomorrow. These were split up between these 2, but obviously there's nothing left in that one. Slowly emptying it out. But yeah, so these are the goldfish being temporarily housed in this tank. Then over here, let me move some stuff out of the way, I split up some goldfish in here. So there's Steve and Harvey, and then the twins are in here because they're 2 very small fish. And then this is the part I'm excited about, the new addition, the little guy back there. I've decided to go with the name Oscar, just because I absolutely fell in love with that name when somebody mentioned it. So his name's going to be Oscar. He's already getting quite big. I think in a week he's grown a lot, maybe just because he's getting more food. These guys just want attention. Now, this is something else I want to mention. These 2 are going to be going into a 40-gallon tank with Oscar. The reason being, actually all of these guys are going to go in the same 40-gallon tank. There's a reason. These 2 are my oldest, and they've been in the tank the longest. I noticed when I put them in the pond, or the tub over there, Harvey got very depressed. He said about him in the tank, he really didn't swim around. I think that was because there wasn't enough stimulus that he was used to. So, he's going to stay in a tank. Steve's going to stay with him because Steve is my all-time favorite goldfish. The twins are just too small to go in any other tank with the bigger guys. So I would like to have them in a 40-gallon tank, the same one, so I can watch them grow. And then the new guy, Oscar, is also going to stay in a 40-gallon tank until he gets bigger. And I decided he is going to go into the pond as well, just because I think he'll do better there. So the only two that are going to remain full-time in the 40-gallon tank are Steve and Harvey. We're going to move on to the axolotls. They just got fed, but I want to talk about them because I don't know if you can tell. There's an axolotl in that 2.5-gallon tank, and there's 3 axolotls in here. This axolotl in the back here, who is kind of protruding because he was just fed, and this axolotl are the exact same age, but have big differences in size. All 4 of the axolotls were in here and were doing fine for a couple weeks, and then I noticed that that axolotl had a chunk of tail missing, so I removed him. He's in the tank by himself right now. It's really small, but I honestly don't have anything else to put him in. Everyone else is doing fine in here. There's Lemon Drop, then Jerome was just in here somewhere. I don't know. Oh, there he is. There's Jerome. So they're all doing well. Their light died, so they don't have a light on them, which is fine. Axolotls really don't need a light. They have a filter, the same one as they have over there. I put this hammock in, which they really enjoy sitting on. They have their little food dish down there, even though they don't use it at all. This guy has a name. His name is Peanut. You can see food right there. He must have not have liked. But Peanut is wonderful. He is probably one of my favorite axolotls. You can tell he got a chunk bit off his tail. It's growing back really well. It didn't look like that before, but I have a tank on the ground because every other day I switch him out of that water because obviously there's no filter in it. So I switch him out every other day. I keep the water on the ground so it adjusts the temperature to room temperature, and that's that. Blanco is doing wonderful. He enjoys his tank. I think I'm going to keep him in this tank. I have some adjustments I really want to make because there's some things I noticed that weren't working out very well, but I don't have the time to adjust them at the moment, so I will adjust them eventually. Blanco thinks he's being fed, so he's waiting up on the top for his food. But I added a plant in on the side here. I think I want to take out some stuff and redo his tank, so we'll see about that. But I also want to mention, once these guys get moved into their 40-gallon tank, Peanut, is going to get a 20-gallon tank for himself, just until he gets big enough that he can actually defend himself. And then, over here, we have the 2 plants, my 2 favorite succulents, which are doing wonderfully, and the African clawed frog tank. They're thinking they're going to get fed too. Their tank has a lot of algae, because obviously it's by the window, but they are doing wonderful. They're excited to get their 40-gallon tank. When they get their 40-gallon tank, I'll be getting 2 more African clawed frogs to go with them. I'm hoping to get 2 breeding pairs, but I guess we'll see. I think the white frog, the albino, is a female. I think that one's the male, just based on size. One of them does croak, so I know that for sure, but I don't know which one. And then finally, we have the guppy community tank, which is doing great. They all want to get fed. They're getting their own 40-gallon tank too, which is why there's so many of them in here. I've been starting to stockpile a little bit more guppies every time I go to the store, just so I can have a big breeding tank in the 40-gallon. Their moss is doing great. There's also a betta in here somewhere. So if you can see, there's a whole bunch of moss. There is a betta in here somewhere. He hides in the moss. You can tell that the shrimp are doing well because they're molting. There's also Cory cats in here, which are doing great as well. Oh, there's the betta. He does great in here too, keeping the population down. There's also 2 types of plecos in here. There's a common pleco and a rubber lip pleco. I don't know where they are. They're probably hiding in that log thing. But they're going to be excited to get a bigger tank too. Everyone's just excited to expand. So those are my tanks. This is kind of like the way it looks for right now because everything's coming down, everything's getting rearranged. So we're in the process of getting everybody upgraded to the proper size tanks. I know you guys are really going to enjoy the way it looks back at the other house. I am really excited to film the first video there. I've gotten professional lights. I've set up all the tanks so they're going to look fantastic behind me in the videos. Just pretty much everything is going according to plan at the moment, and I'm really excited about the new additions I'm planning on adding, and things that are just that I'm keeping secret from you guys. I always say I hate secrets, but in this case, I think they're good secrets. New animals, new things that are coming in, and I couldn't be happier to share this stuff with you. So what I'm going to try to do, and I'm trying to make a promise to myself, is I'm going to record throughout this weekend to show you guys what we're doing. My neighbor and I are going to be rearranging the place I'm going to be living, setting up everything. I'm going to do my absolute best to record that for Tuesday, and then for next week Thursday, next week Friday, there won't be a video, just simply because I am moving and I won't have time to record that and publish it Friday. So the following Monday, or no, the following Tuesday, we'll get a great video of me setting up everything, putting everybody in their tanks, and doing another one of these tours to show you guys all of the fish I have. Right now in this dorm, there's about 110, 115 gallons of water. At the new place, there's over 200 gallons of water. So it's just kind of showing you guys that I am doubling the size of everything. So it's pretty drastic. So if you like this video and you want to see more, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment down below on what kind of animal you think I'm looking into getting next. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.